All right, today we're going to dive deep inside the human body and take a look at its most incredible, non-stop network, the circulatory system. You can think of it as the ultimate internal delivery service, one that's working 24/7 just to keep you alive. So how in the world does it pull off such a massive job? Let's get into it.
I mean, really think about this for a second. Your body isn't just one thing. It's a bustling city made up of trillions of individual cells. And just like any city, it's got a huge logistics problem. Every single one of those cells needs a constant pipeline of food and oxygen, and it needs its trash taken out. So how does the body manage this colossal delivery and disposal operation?
Well, the answer is this absolutely beautiful and intricate network you're looking at right here. This is the circulatory system. It's this incredibly sophisticated web with a pump, a whole lot of pipes, and a special fluid that solves the body's massive delivery problem. So let's break down exactly how it all works.
To really appreciate just how amazing the circulatory system is, you first have to understand the fundamental problem it evolved to solve in the first place.
You know, what's kind of cool is that not all animals even need a system like ours. If you're a simple organism, like a sponge, you can basically just let water from your environment flow through you to get everything you need. But for big, complex animals like us, that's not going to work. Not even close. We need a dedicated internal fluid system to get the job done.
So that brings us to the first major piece of the puzzle, the delivery fluid itself. Yep, we're talking about blood, that literal river of life that's flowing through all of us right now.
So what exactly is blood? Well, if you were to break it down, you'd see it has two main parts. The liquid base, which is about 55% of it, is called plasma. And then you've got all the stuff floating around in that plasma, the formed elements, which make up the other 45%. Let's take a look at what each of these do.
Okay, so plasma is basically the liquid superhighway of your blood. It's mostly water, which makes it a fantastic solvent for carrying all sorts of critical things around, like proteins for clotting, minerals, hormones, and of course, all the nutrients headed to your cells.
And suspended inside that plasma, you've got the formed elements. These are the actual cargo and the workers of the blood. And they come in three main flavors: red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets.
So here's a look at the two big ones. On the left, you've got your red blood cells. Think of these guys as little oxygen taxis, picking up oxygen from the lungs and dropping it off all over the body. Then on the right, you have the white blood cells. These are the body's security force, constantly on patrol looking for invaders. Two completely different jobs, and both are absolutely vital.
Now, all this blood with all its important cargo would just be sitting there if it didn't have an engine to push it around. So let's talk about the system's powerful, tireless, muscular pump, the heart.
And here it is. The human heart is, it's just a masterpiece. It's got 4 separate chambers, 2 atria up top, and 2 ventricles down below. This 4-chamber design is the secret sauce to its incredible efficiency.
The path that blood takes might seem a little complicated, but it's really just a perfect, continuous loop. As you can see, used blood from the body comes into the right side of the heart. That side then pumps it over to the lungs to get fresh oxygen. Then, that newly oxygenated blood comes back to the left side of the heart, where the super powerful left ventricle pumps it out to the entire body. It's just a beautiful cycle.
Now, here's the really important part. Did you catch that? Blood passes through the heart twice for every single trip around the body. This is called double circulation. You've got one loop to the lungs and a whole separate loop to the rest of the body. And this two-circuit design is the key to its power.
So why is this double loop so important? Well, by keeping the 2 circuits totally separate, the heart makes sure that oxygen-rich blood and oxygen-poor blood never, ever mix. And that's the whole point. It allows for the maximum possible oxygen delivery to all of our cells, which is what fuels our high-energy, warm-blooded lifestyle. It's all about efficiency. Okay, so we've got the fluid, blood. We've got the pump, the heart. Now let's explore the massive highway system that carries that blood everywhere it needs to go, the blood vessels.
If we look at the main highways, arteries and veins, you can see right away that they're built differently. Just check out that thick, muscular wall of the artery on the left. Now compare that to the thinner wall of the vein on the right. This design isn't random. Their structure is totally tied to what they do.
This table really breaks it all down. Arteries need those thick, strong walls to handle the high-pressure blood being blasted away from the heart. Veins, on the other hand, carry low-pressure blood back to the heart, so they have thinner walls and even have little valves to stop blood from flowing backward. But the real destination, the entire point of this whole trip, is in the third type, the tiny microscopic capillaries. Capillaries are so small, their walls are only one single cell thick. And this is where the magic happens. It's right here, at this tiny microscopic level, that oxygen and nutrients finally get dropped off to the tissues in exchange for waste products. This is the whole point of the entire journey.
All right, for our final section, let's take a quick look at how this incredible system is regulated and maintained, and what can happen when things go wrong.
You've almost certainly seen these numbers before, maybe at the doctor's office. 120/80? This is the benchmark for normal blood pressure. And what it is, really, is a direct measurement of the force your blood is pushing against your artery walls as your heart beats and then rests.
But what actually tells the heart to beat? Now, you might think it's the brain, but it's not. The heart actually has its own internal timer, a special little patch of tissue called the sinoatrial node, or SAN. This is the heart's natural pacemaker. It generates the tiny electrical spark that kicks off every single heartbeat.
And because this system works so unbelievably hard all the time, it can sometimes run into problems. Common issues like high blood pressure, also called hypertension, or coronary artery disease, are serious reminders of just how important it is to take care of our body's most critical delivery service.
And that really brings us to our final thought. This whole system, the pump, the fluid, the network of roads, it works nonstop every second of every day, and it's been doing that since before you were even born. It's just an amazing testament to the mind-boggling complexity and resilience of the human body. What does it make you think about the engineering marvel you're walking around in every single day? Thanks for watching.